Story that has evoked the most reactions today is that investigative report that was filed by an Australian newspaper that claims that China had underplayed the number of casualties that it had actually had in the 2020 Galwan clash. China, the newspaper claims, had suffered huge losses, and as opposed to what was reported on the front of how many soldiers had drowned while crossing the valley was a wrong figure as reported by China. This is an exclusive finding of the editor that has now been revealed. Let's listen into what he said. And before that, the Ministry of External Affairs also holding a news briefing on the same. Let's listen in.
Inform that our Chargé d'Affaires of the Embassy of India in Beijing will not be attending the opening or the closing ceremony of the Beijing 22 Winter Olympics. I think I'll stop at that.
Maha from CNN News 18 is asking, the family of the youth from Arunachal who was allegedly abducted by the PLA says he was mistreated in custody. Has the youth undergone proper medical examination on return? Was he abducted or did he stray into the Chinese side? His family refutes the fact that he strayed or got lost. Uma Shankar from NDTV India is asking, अरुणाचल प्रदेश के युवक मीराम तारोन को लेकर आधिकारिक स्थिति क्या है? क्या उसे अगवा किया गया था या वो भटक कर चीन के कब्जे वाले इलाके में चला गया था और वहां पीएलए के हाथों पकड़ लिया गया? क्या भारत को सुपुर्द करने से पहले उसे बिजली का झटका देकर टॉर्चर किया गया है? We have similar questions from Suhasini from The Hindu and Shankar Kumar from India vs. Disinformation.
Thanks, Kshitij. Regarding the issue, let me confirm that we have taken up the matter with the Chinese side. As regards the other details, this issue, you would recall, was handled through military channels, and I would refer you to the Ministry of Defense on other elements. But from the Ministry of External Affairs, I would like to just reconfirm that we have taken up the matter with the Chinese side.
Abhishek from Republic TV is asking, would the MEA react to the report which shows China might have lost more soldiers than it admitted in Galwan clash? Ranjana from UNI is asking, an Australian report has said that the Chinese deaths during the Galwan clash were much higher than reported. What does India say to that?
Look, I think this is a question that the relevant side should respond to.
Nimish Kumar from IANS is asking, yesterday EAM replied to a point raised in Parliament debate about China-Pakistan. In light of that, please provide details of China-Pakistan bilateral relationship. Are China and Pakistan getting closer post-2014, or have they been in close ties for last 6 decades, precisely since 1963? Neeraj Kumar from News 18 India is asking, Rahul Gandhi ने कहा है कि पीएम मोदी के निष्प्रभावी विदेश नीति की वजह से चीन और पाकिस्तान करीब हुए हैं. इस मसले पर विदेश मंत्रालय का क्या कहना है? We have similar questions from Pranay from ABP News, Madhurendra from News Nation, and Srinjoy from Times Now.
Thanks, Kshitij. Look, I think EM's tweets are self-explanatory. This issue, he had issued a series of tweets after the discussion in Parliament, and I don't have anything to add to them.
Deepak Ranjan from PTI Bhasha is asking, चीन के साथ पूर्वी लद्दाख गतिरोध पर ताजा स्थिति क्या है? सैन्य स्तर की वार्ता के लिए क्या कोई तिथि तय हुई है?
जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, वरिष्ठ कमांडरों की बैठक पिछले महीने आयोजित किया गया था. दोनों पक्ष इस बात पर सहमत हुए थे कि बाकी मुद्दों को जल्द से जल्द समाधान से पश्चिमी क्षेत्र के एलएसी पर शांति बहाल करने में मदद मिलेगी और द्विपक्षीय संबंधों में प्रगति को सक्षम बनाया जा सकेगा. कमांडरों की वार्ता का अगला दौर जल्द से जल्द होने पर भी सहमति बनी थी. मेरे पास इस तरह की बातचीत के लिए तारीख पर कोई अपडेट अभी नहीं है.
Suhasini from The Hindu is asking, New York Times correspondent has said in an interview that he has confirmed from Israeli sources that Indian intelligence agencies purchased the Pegasus program during Prime Minister Modi's visit in 2017. Do you have any response? Maha from CNN News 18 is asking, what is the MEA's response to the NYT report linking the purchase of Pegasus by India to India's stand at the United Nations? Deepak Ranjan from PTI Bhasha is asking, इजरायली सॉफ्टवेयर पेगासस और भारत इजरायल हथियार सौदे को लेकर दिल्ली न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स की रिपोर्ट पर मंत्रालय की क्या प्रतिक्रिया है?
The alleged matter that has been referred to is under investigation by a committee set up by the Honorable Supreme Court. No information is available with the Ministry of External Affairs on this matter. As regards Prime Minister's visit to Israel in 2017, 7 memorandum of understandings were signed, the details of which are publicly available.
Chandrakala from ETV Bharat is asking, can you confirm when will EM Jaishankar be visiting Australia for the annual Quad Foreign Ministers Summit? What will be the agenda of the meeting? Sandeep Dikshit from Tribune is asking, during EM Jaishankar's expected Australia visit from February 10 for Quad Summit, is the report of working groups set up earlier likely to be submitted and evaluated? We have similar questions from Sudhi from Bloomberg, Maha from CNN News 18.
Thanks. You would recall that the Quad foreign ministers last met virtually in February 2021. The next meeting is expected to be held later this month in Melbourne. We hope to share an update on this with you soon.
Suhasini from The Hindu is asking, please confirm whether all procedures for allowing transit for Indian wheat for Afghanistan have been cleared by Pakistan now, and if any date for departure of convoys is known. Deepak Ranjan from PTI Bhasha is asking, भारत द्वारा अफगानिस्तान को मानवीय सहायता प्रदान करने की पहल के तहत पाकिस्तान के रास्ते अफगानिस्तान को गेहूं एवं अन्य सहायता की आपूर्ति संबंधी तिथियां क्या तय हो गई हैं? गेहूं की आपूर्ति कब से शुरू होगी और कब तक पूरी हो जाएगी? We have similar questions from Siddhant from Vion, Rajesh from Kantipur Media Group, Munish Gupta from PIO TV, Nanima from The Print, and Ranjit from Rakshat News.
Look, as we have said earlier, a government is committed to extending humanitarian assistance to the people of Afghanistan. We have been sharing information about shipment of medicines and vaccines. The process to procure the wheat and to arrange its transportation is still underway. We will share with you updates as soon as we have them, and I will try to get back to you.
Siddhant from Vion is asking, Rupees 200 crores aid has been announced in the budget for Afghan people. India hasn't recognized the Taliban government. So is there any messaging in that?
We've always underlined our deep friendship with the people of Afghanistan and have been working to address their concerns. This budgetary provision that has been referred to helps us provide humanitarian assistance as and when required.
Sanjay from Arab News is asking, on Wednesday, some Afghan students who got Indian scholarship protested in front of the Indian embassy in Kabul, demanding Indian visa to travel to India. How does New Delhi plan to address their concerns, considering the fact that they are losing their crucial academic time?
Look, as we've been saying, we have been, stressing on our friendship with the Afghan people. But the specific issue on visa, I would have to refer you to the Ministry of Home Affairs.
So Hasni from The Hindu is asking, has there been any progress since last week on plans to discuss air route for pilgrims with Pakistani officials?
This issue had come up last week, and as we had mentioned then, visits by pilgrims to religious shrines from both sides are governed by the 1974 bilateral protocol between India and Pakistan, and such visits are being facilitated regularly. During the year 2021, visits by more than 3,500 pilgrims were facilitated under the protocol. The last such visit from India was from December 17 to 23rd to Sri Katasraj Dham in Chakwal, Pakistan. The last visit from Pakistan was organized from December 18 to 25 to Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia in New Delhi. Such visits are being facilitated on an annual basis, subject to COVID-19 related restrictions. We have noted an interest on both sides to expand the agreed list of such shrines and the mode of travel. This would need to be mutually agreed under the protocol. We have sent an official response to Pakistan recommending that given the current restrictions on movement and gatherings in view of COVID-19 pandemic, the two sides can use this time to hold discussions under the bilateral protocol.
Sandeep Dixit from Tribune is asking, does MEA have a view on Pakistan's allegations of India being instrumental in blocking confirmation of a former Pakistan-occupied president as ambassador designate to US?
So it's preposterous to blame a third country for the delay in the appointment of an ambassador of one country to another.
Anish from Asianet News is asking, Pakistani businessman Mia Mansha claimed that the backdoor diplomacy with India is underway and said that Prime Minister Modi could visit Pakistan in a month's time. What would be your response?
We don't respond to such comments by private individuals.
Nainima from The Print is asking, has India responded to Pakistan on its SAARC invitation?
I recall that we had responded to this query last month. There has been no update in the matter, nor a material change in the situation.
Siddhant from Vion is asking, Canada's truckers have protested in the capital. Any comments by MEA over the development?
We have seen reports in this regard. I don't have anything for you at this moment.
Nimish Kumar from IANS is asking, on the front of economic diplomacy, how does MEA support concerned ministries to boost India's exports, which is now the main focus of PM and was in Union Budget 2022? Is there any inter-ministerial joint task force for this purpose?
We attach the highest priority to economic diplomacy. The ministry, as well as our missions and posts abroad, work closely with the concerned line ministries to boost our exports, attract investments, encourage technology transfer, and promote innovation opportunities. MEA has been giving utmost importance to economic diplomacy and the promotion of 3 T's: trade, technology, and tourism, as outlined by Honorable Prime Minister. In particular, we are working to achieve the target of $.